Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. As today, we close out our loop and head back for Dargonis. Though we do, notably, still have at least a couple of pit stops along the way. We obviously have to pick up our loot in Muro. And, then I suppose we'll set our sights on Latoshan's Passage. Clear that place out. Though if it turns out there's additional unexplored sectors branching off of that one, then we may have to take a step back and reconsider our final destination. So yeah, our main goal today is somewhat nebulous. We basically just want to end up closer to Dargonis than we started. And then beyond that, given that they keep pushing back that new DLC, I guess we'll set our sights on Kiava Gamma. Apparently we can just chart a route straight to it. So we may go ahead and do that and then fill in the gaps on the map once we've claimed our final colony. That's it, one thing at a time, so Langren's Belt. One of the macro cannon clans has sounded the alarm. The bay's ventilation systems have brought in the miasmas of some terrible disease that is killing dozens by the minute. Even more horrifying, the dead are rising to their feet and attacking the living, while some of the corpses are losing their human forms altogether, turning into unspeakable warp beasts. It would be suicide for the troops to storm the bay. Only the fearless Lord Captain and his retinue can stop this plight. Yeah, sure, why not? That'll make for a nice, easy warm-up. Plus, of course, some unscheduled cargo and XP. Sounds like plague bearers and zombies. Certainly nothing we can't handle. Oh, wow, yeah, this is nothing. Oh, yeah, and then we're also mid-warp, so let's give Adira some distance, just in case. I really should start swapping her out for someone else during the warp encounters, but, you know, all three of our characters on the bench require complete overhauls after the rebalance patch. Just kind of a headache. Plus, of course, that aside, we haven't really run into a lot of fights that have really challenged us thus far. There have been some notable exceptions, but by and large, it tends to be stuff like this that we can just kind of steamroll, with or without her powers.
My vow is to serve. Request approved.
Thank you, Pascal. Cassia! Let's go ahead and get Abby into the fray.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Plague Bearer engaged. Let's group them up. Nice. Two more out. We'll risk attacks with Adira, but no buffs. Two more out. And Yearlyette, whittling down the last two. I see. So it's one of those, is it? Fair enough. I mean, that'll buy them an extra 2-3 minutes tops.
I must not falter. Follow my lead.
Alright, I mean, guys, I applaud your bravery, but that might not be the best strategy here. You had perfectly safe perches to fire from. Alright, let's knock these guys down quick. Try to minimize those casualties.
Indeed. It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand.
Nice.
Break them around.
Abby, my man. I love that taunting tank build. Very satisfying. Nice tag.
Follow my lead.
Okay, see, now this is why... Oh, well,
Onward.
scratch that. I think we're okay. Though I suppose that really depends on whether we've got more waves. It's funny, because we're actually better off if we do lose crew here, because they drop gear that we can then convert into cargo. I just feel bad about it, I guess.
The only sire condemns you.
Wave 3. Alright, guys, try not to die. We'll lay down some cover. But really, there's only so much I can do. Should have pulled first. Grouped them up. And Adira. Trim right. Oh, yep. Starting to see some warp shenaniganery over there. I mean, really, I suppose it's not that big a deal, even if she does conjure up a demon. Worst case scenario, she knocks herself out, and we potentially get some XP killing whatever she accidentally conjured. There's no real death outside of story events. And given that this is a random encounter, we auto-heal to full right after. So honestly, it's pretty low stakes.
Weather the storm!
Wow. You guys are actually doing okay. I'm actually kind of proud. I mean, they've racked up multiple kills at this point. That is a genuine pleasant surprise. Usually they're just glorified cannon fodder. Or worse, an active hazard.
One fewer tongue. Stay vigilant. Get to the heretics!
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen.
Moving out!
Oh, right. Forgot about that guy. Moot point now. Yeah, I don't really see that happening, bud. But, you know, nice try. Maybe next time.
Running binary override. Explorers know one route. Forward. Activate Force Mode Sacrament.
Oh, one left. Hi there. And we're good. Thanks, guys. Fair chunk of XP. And look at that. My, oh my. Nothing of real note, but they certainly make up for it in volume. That's got to be like 4 full stacks. Let's poke around the edges real quick. Just make sure we're not missing anything. This actually looks pretty familiar. Oh, right, yes, of course. Because this is where we had Adira's ghost event. Yeah, that tracks.
Let us know doors.
Alright, I think we're done. And I've got to say, that was not a bad payoff for like 12 minutes work. Rows of Zamercan complete. So that's yet another infinite consumable. Plus profit factor and chemicals, very nice. Nothing else for us to do here until we liberate Kiava Gamma. And there's Caspelican Auction, which nets us a new backup weapon for Yurliet, as well as yet more profit factor. And I think that's it for Dargonis. Yes. At least for now. I'm sure we'll have more once we hit Act 3. And underground workers complete. Very trivial reward on that one, but I figured why not. Might as well bank it, get it off our list. And that's it for Viabo 6. So yeah, we really should get Kiava Gamma going. And you know what? As long as we're here, let's go ahead and bank Inspection Master. And yeah, we'll justify this one, saying that it's essentially just the entirely unrepentant or problem prisoners that we're selling off. We buy prisoners in bulk from other worlds, and then those who prove themselves worthy can eventually earn themselves a pardon and potentially even gainful employment on the rogue trader's ship. And those who don't get sold to the Inspection Master, never to be seen again. I'm sure they're fine, though. The important thing is that they're no longer our problem, and we get +3 profit factor. We'll hold off on the rest, though. Those are ever so slightly tougher to justify. And, you know, with all that new profit factor banked, I suppose we should go have a quick chat with Danrock. See if he's got any new gear for us. I know Vladame in particular had some pretty hefty price tags. Danrock, I've come to bargain. Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah, we're up 2 ranks with Kaspelika. Which does indeed unlock a number of new rewards. Let's see what we've got. Peripheral Visor. Grants resolve for every 10 stacks of tactical advantage. Right, so only useful for a Master Tactician, which we're not running. Mazoa Pattern Hex Rifle. Mid-range Drukhari Rifle. Not terrible, but I mean, we don't have anyone who's proficient with Drukhari weapons. I'm still on the fence on whether or not it's worth taking that proficiency. Drukhari Clave. No big deal. We literally already have one. We pulled it off Grantis. And after comparing the numbers, it wasn't anything all that special. But we'll take it. Anatomist's Amulet. +2 stacks on bleeding, burning, and toxin effects. Okay, you know what? We might actually have a use for that. Outcast's Visor. Whenever the wearer kills a target with a single range attack for the first time in combat, immediately gains an additional attack this round. 1 free attack per battle. Definitely not worth the slot. Psyker's Breastplate. Heavy armor. Reduces the chance of triggering psychic phenomena by 10%. Any phenomena or perils that do manifest grant +1 psi rating until end of combat. Also +2 deflection if willpower is over 50. That's not bad. The problem being, of course, that Adira is not proficient with heavy. And she definitely doesn't have the strength for it. Storm Bolter. Pretty standard, slightly lower damage bolter with higher rate of fire. Which is interesting. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad option. Especially given that with the recent nerfs to heavy weapons. And Vortex Pendant. Grants +5 willpower each time the wearer's abilities affect an ally. This effect remains until the end of combat stacks. Oh my goodness, that is actually fantastic. Especially since it very broadly refers to abilities, not specific types of abilities. Though I suppose Cassie has already got her neck slot pretty securely tied up. She's got that Imperial Lore necklace. Though, even just on Adira, that's a pretty solid upgrade. I mean, that's an absurd willpower boost if it counts every time she buffs someone. Yes, we also have access to the Focus Melt-A-Gun, which is a high-power Melta with a narrower AoE. Another potential option for Pascal, but, you know, we keep pushing that range portion of his build back. Ah, and Melta torpedoes. No, I think we're fine with our current rapid-fire sonics. And let's get that amulet equipped. I think that's really the only must-have amongst the new items we just picked up. I mean, I was going to equip the Anatomist's amulet on Adira, but the Vortex amulet just kind of blows it out of the water. Oh, yeah, especially since she's still rocking the Gem of Dark Vitality, which was always intended to be a placeholder. And then you can see the Drukhari Clave even stacked right on top of the one we got on Grantis. So I think that really is just sales fodder. Alright, good stuff. Not a lot of actual usable gear, but we did get one very solid upgrade, at least assuming it actually functions. Though, in retrospect, I am realizing I didn't check to see if those new stun goggles we picked up actually work in combat. We'll have to keep an eye on that next time we get into a fight. The void ship is in the clutches of the warp elements. A whirlpool has suddenly emerged and is threatening to throw the ship off course and leave the helpless crew at the mercy of the Sea of Souls. Only the navigator's talent can save hundreds of people from madness or death. I mean, okay. Why would we not let Cassia handle it? That is literally what a navigator is for. Oh, I see. Because it costs a navigator point. Fair enough. But on the bright side, we pulled a very modest amount of XP. We'll take it. And Muro 79. Let's see what we got. Wrecked Void Ship. We'll check that out, then we'll swing by the Explorator Void Station. See what else we can get from them. The priceless discovery left the crew speechless and shaken. The ancient Imperial Ark ship, Hammer of Redemption, was hidden below the surface, impervious to the Augur's sight. Had the rogue trader not found pieces of an Archaeotech compass that resonated with the vessel's defense systems, it would have remained lying in a bottomless chasm, lost and undeservedly forgotten forever. Ooh. That's a fair chunk of cargo. Yeah, that's like 2.5 stacks of uniform kit. Not bad. The Adeptus Mechanicus acolytes studied the ancient data archives and concluded that the vessel crashed about 300 years ago after running into an asteroid stream. Hoping to rescue at least some of the colonists, the captain dispatched 4 lifeboats, whose tragic fate you already know. Although time and weather were not kind to the Hammer of Redemption, the crew still managed to salvage plenty of valuable items. Oh my goodness. Had pattern data loom, plus 10 to all skills. Also grants rerolls on failed tests. That is incredible. Though I do pretty much immediately find myself torn on who to actually give it to. I mean, my first impulse is Valen for those rare cases where he has to make checks without ally assistance. But we haven't seen a lot of those, so it might be better off to just hand it off to someone with broader skill coverage. Though it also does come down to which characters have slots they could actually afford to swap out. Yeah. I mean, just based on gear, I think Valin's our best bet. We'll drop the first aid manual. We weren't getting much use out of that anyway. Which, while it doesn't necessarily make him a master of all skills, does definitely give him a broader skill base to fall back on for any potential story events that potentially separate him from his allies. Oh, boo, come on. And apparently we cannot go back to the Void Station again. Alright, well, I guess whatever other prizes they might have had for us will forever remain a mystery. And we're doing pretty good on time, so yeah, I think we can do Latoshan's Passage. Which I suppose also marks the end of our time in Winterscale's realm, at least for now. Though I suspect that will change once we're into Act 3. The Plasma Drive crew is begging for help. Thin and graceful warp creatures, laughing merrily, have caused a massacre in the drive bay. More and more people are losing their minds and joining the carnage. This lunacy has to be stopped. Oh, interesting. We can actually burn cargo to have the crew handle it themselves. But, you know, I see no real benefit in that, so another job for the rogue trader. Let's get in there. And again, obviously mid-warp, Adira's not a great choice for this, but, you know, we haven't really had much trouble with that thus far. Though it is a bit of a shame we won't have a chance to try out the new willpower amulet. That'll have to wait until we're facing more heavily veiled threats. I'm not sure we've seen this map before. Ah, Daemonettes, yeah, so nothing to really worry about here. Based on what I'm seeing here, I think our biggest issue is just going to be finding some decent cover for our backliners, since half this stuff explodes. Oh, yeah, see. Canisters and drums on every corner. That's very deliberate. But we'll work with what we've got. Yeah, as long as we can hold the Daemonettes back, we're fine. The Rabble's no big deal. Veil's already at full, so Adira's on light support duty. We'll risk attacks, but no buffs.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Yeah, not worth the risk. Abby! Into the fray! Yeah, that should work. And reel in the Daemonette.
I'll do what it takes.
Oh, or maybe not. Though hopefully it'll still go after Abby. I could theoretically see that being bad if it just rushes past him. Oh, wait. Right, because our first few characters didn't have range weapons equipped, so it didn't give us the line of sight indicators. You know, as always, I'm going to say they really just need to give you those no matter what you have equipped.
Activate calculus fury.
That is important information. If you see enemies, the game needs to let you know. But it's fine. We're fine. Thus far. Focus down the Daemonettes. Actually, let's avoid friendly where we can. Ooh, nice. And yeah, nothing out here that's dire enough for us to need to tempt fate.
Minds exist only to be broken.
Oh, interesting. Why?
Via delight.
Ha, right. Oh, and that's bad news.
This way!
Though thankfully, Yurliant did withdraw unscathed, thanks to that talent we gave her. Okay, let's burn Daemonette 1 down.
On it. I'll see to it personally.
We'll refocus melee on just delaying and clearing rabble. Buy time for the snipers to do their jobs. And that's a stun.
Consider this a taste of what's to come.
But that one did not take. Yeah, that one is not stunned.
Exist only to be broken.
Emperor, protect me.
Not a huge deal, but it would be nice.
For now.
Emperor, protect me! I can't stand it! Emperor, protect me!
Don't touch me!
Rabble incoming, currently blocking the ladder, so we'll just get Abby on the Daemonette instead. I think Adira's got that.
At your beck and call.
To the brink of agony.
Daemonette out.
Look out!
Vile delights beckon you.
I can handle this.
I'll do what it takes.
And clear the catwalk. We have... Yes, that works. Five out. Fantastic. All right. Let's go ahead and focus right. Rabble's mostly clear at this point, so it's mainly just the Daemonettes. So, speaking of Rabble, Rabble roused. Solid hit on the Daemonette, too. Very nice. Reel him in.
This way!
Sings in ecstasy.
And pass.
My vow is to serve.
Pass stack at 19. Oh, that's fine. One thing at a time.
The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
Huh, that's weird. I don't remember. Whatever. Ding dong, dang it. Alright, well, sniper out. Trap the approach. Slow the other one down. Daemonette 2, out. As well as the Rabble. We have more Daemonettes than I realized. Thought we just had 3.
I'll make it happen. Who if not me?
Actually, looks like we've got a couple of Rabble left too. But, oh right, yeah, up on the catwalk. The survivors of the lightning strike.
You never stood a chance.
Daemonette 3, out. Oh, wow. And Daemonette 4, also out. Oh, whoa, wait, what? Gosh dang it. Okay. Did we...
The whisper. Emperor, protect me.
I am not entirely sure where that one came from. I'm gonna have to go back and look. Moot point for now, though. We just need to get it off her.
I will do my duty.
That's fine. Over here!
Quick! Quick!
And run away. My goodness, that was actually really close. Though, of course, I mean, stakes are still ultimately pretty low here. Even if she drops, she'll be patched right after. But might as well fix up the arm anyway. Get some use from those infinite surgeon kits. And top off. Oh! Well... You know what? That's fine. That's okay. More XP for the XP mill. Oh, dear. What are we going to do with you? I'd be annoyed, but I mean, that was actually pretty funny. Knock him out the box, Luke. Aiming at 5. Out.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Back's clear. So it's just the Plague Bearer and some stragglers. Let's mop them up.
As the tactical imperative dictates. The only side knows all, comprehends all.
Trap out. Oh, you can still move. Nice, nice. Why did my trap not go off? I mean, look, it still would have gotten into base to base, but it's just the principle of the thing. The trap had one job, which was to be a trap. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. This one's getting weird. Val, come on, man. You're killing me here. Trap, please. All right, well.
At your beck and call.
I mean, I'll take it. It is still very satisfying.
Emperor, protect me.
Oh, well. Oh, my fuck. You know what? That's fine. That's great. Everything that just happened was fantastic. I love that. They really did a good job with some of these, the impacts, the interplays. It does, you know, normally I'd be frustrated, but it does feel very satisfying. It really tickles me. It's a lot like Solasta in a way, I suppose. You know, another very janky game, but one that has occasional very satisfying tactical plays or a solid sense of impact when you're knocking people around or tossing them off cliffs or whatnot. Same with Baldur's Gate 3. Honestly, end of the day, I really just want to have fun, so as long as the fights are fun, I've got no real complaints. Though, of course, that is just me. Individual mileage may vary. Nice. Immediate restock. You gotta love it. And no other branching paths, so let's get a quick peek. Yeah, okay. We've got at least one thing that'll have to wait till next time. And make that too. I think I actually know what that is. I think that's the light beam puzzle from Alpha. Point of interest. Plus adamantine, which we will absolutely take. Now we can do that trade contract, but first, wonders of nature. This lone mountain chain is composed entirely of a mineral with a shiny, mirror-like surface. The mineral itself has no particular value for production, but its properties make this place incredibly beautiful. The sky is brilliantly reflected in the many surfaces of the plateaus, oddly shaped rocks, stone arches, and columns. The view is especially stunning on clear, starry nights, or when aurora trails dance in the sky. The enraptured crew have asked the Lord Captain's permission to visit this remarkable place. Sure, why not? Seems like a good place for some proper self-reflection. The shore leave passed without incident, and the ship's officers talked about it for weeks afterward. The place made a particular impression on Lady Haydari, and she could be heard saying over and over, "This would make a fine spot for a palace," and "Pity you can't bring highborns here on tours." Oh, Haydari. Always on that grind. I am curious to see what her real story is, which I imagine we'll at least catch a glimpse of in the upcoming Administratum adventure. That's one of the main reasons we're headed back to Dargonis. Race to the top. The hive world of Vorlink seeks to undermine the influence of the subsector's capital planet. The governor's agents seek rare and valuable minerals that will help Vorlink's industry to grow and prosper. Sounds good to me. Contract complete. Which just leaves these two, and both of those are definitely lower priorities. I mean, honestly, if we end up doing those, it'll likely just be for the sake of completion. Not because we really need it. That said, I think that brings us to a pretty good place to call it. Not quite back to Dargonis, which was where I was hoping we'd get, but on the bright side, we've got some immediate points of interest to investigate next time round. And I am certainly not complaining about that. So yeah, we'll hit the pause button for now. I will take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping, see if that slight profit factor bump gave us enough to get any new gear, and we will pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie V23, Revenant, Alois, Croaking LOR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.